Okay, this is our D&D Mermaid quest.
Woohoo!
And, the title is Prelude of Plague.
Ooh.
To cut down on the awkwardness of you guys meeting, you guys have known each other for a while now. You have been patrolling together as a unit. And if you like these characters and want to play as them again, we can do like previous patrols.
Okay.
Because I'm going to introduce a patrol you did prior to this one. So if you want to go back and play that one, we can. Okay.
Cool.
Your patrol begins outside the Dagon Stream. The Dagon Stream is a strong ocean current that runs along the southeastern coastline of Irthos, across the darkest depths, along the cliffs of the continent of Chiani. That's that's another new continent in...
Ooh.
No, this is all new. This is cool.
Yeah. And it circles back around the coastline of Irthos. The stream, it is so strong, it is actually visible to your eyes. A torrent of a current. It is used as a shortcut of a highway along the southeastern coastline of Irthos for the aquatic races. It can even be used for faster route travel to Chiani, I don't remember which way I pronounced that, and any other location located above and below the darkest depth. But like ships that travel along the surface, it can be just as dangerous to those that travel below along the depths highway. Okay, your commanding officer explained to you that your mission is to investigate why a settlement on the edge of the darkest depth trench has gone silent. The settlement leader had access to a scrying stone and not had checked back in for an unsettling amount of time. So to reach your destination, you will have to use the Dagon Stream and patrol it as you head towards your destination. And to safely travel Dagon Stream, you were assigned a Seafarer's Friend, a triangular-shaped device pointed to cut through the water and set with a gem with a water elemental into it. So that is a fantasy sea scooter, by the way.
Well,
A Seafarer's Friend.
It's on a little water ski kind of thing.
Yes, that is exactly what that is.
Shit.
It's going to make it be where you have to use that to travel safely through the Dagon Stream.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
And it is outside the edge of the Dagon Stream where your adventure begins. Before you actually jump into the stream.
So do we work for like King Trident on The Little Mermaid?
Look, I don't know because I wasn't actually able to fully create the merfolk's lore and kingdoms. Actually, if you're like a deep merfolk or a shallow merfolk, I'm gonna steal from Star Trek and the cultural exchange. Remember with Riker and the Klingons?
Yeah.
That's what you guys are doing. So if you are more like a deep merfolk, you have exchanged with the shallow water merfolks to patrol and learn their ways.
I see.
Yeah.
So
I
we're...
don't know if I would be deep or not.
I'm actually not familiar with...
Shrimps are kind of everywhere.
Yeah, they kind of are.
But
you would also have to think about like your whole like, I guess your culture of your race too.
yeah.
Like where.
Like the disposition of the animal itself, or...
So...
Like the whole race itself. Because we don't know anything about these sea shrimp people.
Yeah.
So, these shrimple...
Yes.
These shrimple? I don't know, I think I like shrimple more.
Shrimple?
Shrimple. Yeah, there are many kinds of different shrimples. Depending on the, specific variant of shrimp you derive from. You can be, like, deep. You can be, like, shallow coral reef.
Well, because there's some shrimp that thrive, like, on volcanic vents.
Exactly.
With, like, nematodes and stuff.
I think we're mostly, like, subtropical kind of shrimp. We hang out, like, around coral reefs and stuff. we're bottom dwellers, but we're not in the deep.
But not the deep.
Yeah, we're not in the deeps.
Nice.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
We're all about the mass.
Oh.
So I would be to kick ass, honestly.
There is actually a deep merfolk who is in your party. It is your two characters. I don't know for the recording if you have introduced your characters and your names.
I don't think we have. I haven't.
Yeah, you guys want to go ahead and do that?
I mean, sure. Sam, you go ahead. You ride the shrimple wave.
Okay. I am Heepong. I am a mer mantis shrimp, so I'm half mantis shrimp, half halfling, kind of. And I'm a monk. I use my powerful little claws to punch the shit out of stuff. And I'm really aggressive. I've got a bit of a temper issue. And I'm just out here trying to make a name for myself so I can get my own hole one day and raise my brood.
I like it.
Like any mantis shrimp.
Love it.
And you're Sam. You're Sam too.
Yeah, I am Sam. I am the person Sam.
And the person Sam.
She who is Sam.
I want to know more about the shrimple.
I like the sound of these shrimple. I'm really into it.
They're fun.
Okay.
All right, so me. Okay, so I, Casey, am going to be Man Ray. Just call me Ray.
Ooh.
I think so. I want him to be like, again, like a someone who like, yes, a mer person, but like with the body, a merfolk, with the body of like a base jumping suit, like a glide suit. So I want him to be anatomically sort of human, but then with the membrane and the flippy flaps of a manta ray or whatever. And I went with a rogue because I imagine that, I mean, they're just really stealthy. They're just kind of like flippy flapping around like, you can't see me. You can't hear me.
So you have a high stealth.
High stealth and just like...
I'm not sure if your character that was generated for you has higher stealth. We'll just have to remember that.
It'd be fine. But, yeah, I'm not really sure how I want to play him yet. I don't know if it's going to be like really kind of cocky or just like really chill and just like float, like elegantly floating about the ocean kind of thing. Because Ray seemed pretty chill. So like I haven't really decided yet. I'll let you know.
All right, and the deep merfolk, who is was a part of the cultural exchange. He looks like a standard a merfolk, but he has the bioluminescence, like shine to his skin.
Ooh.
And he also has a like kind of an angular bulb of light that he can just extract and interact when he wants, or when he needs to use that extra light for the deep.
Mm.
And his name is Nip, because I never named him. So I'm just gonna pull that from the top of my head. He's Nip, the deep folk, merfolk.
Is that you?
No, that's not me. This is the deep folk that's a part of your team, your patrol team. That's a part of the cultural exchange.
So what do you see, Nep?
What does he see?
Yeah, so is he leading us on this patrol, or are we all patrolling equally?
Equally.
Being a new character, like how you roll, yeah.
DM.
Scuttle up to the front and get my dukes out. I'm ready. I'm ready for anything.
How about this? I scout the back, keep an eye behind us as the flip flap.
Oh, so marching order.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as like the more stealthy, I can kind of like flip flap away and get like a better sense of the surroundings.
So
kind
you
of thing.
taking point, like lead?
No, I'm with the party, but it's more like further out scouting, like kind of keeping an eye beyond what we see right in front of us, kind of thing.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of like an aerial view, I guess.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I flip flap just above everybody to kind of see past everything because we're ocean flip flap. Masters.
Ocean Flip Flap Masters.
That was a drinking game every time you said flip flap.
I don't know how else to explain it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Perfect. No, it makes me really happy.
What about Shrimpy? What position is Shrimpy going to take?
Oh, I scuttled up to the front and I've got my rucksack.
Okay,
I'm
gotcha.
ready.
And
Curiously looking in all directions, ready to punch something.
what was the deep folks thing? Nip?
Yeah.
He's going to take the rear and
Okay.
wield his trident and hold it at the ready. Okay. As DM, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that all that you can really do at this point is to plunge into Dagon's stream.
Oh, that sounds suggestive.
And
Let's do it.
And to do it, roll d20 for a use magic device.
And that's the scooter that we got.
That is the sea scooter.
All right.
Here's the mango die.
Oh, mango salsa. Ooh, I rolled a 12.
Alright, so I don't have a skill in that, so it's just going to be a flat 20.
Flat. That's fine.
I got a 7.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. I didn't write that actually.
I want to see what happens to my shrimp. This is going to be neat.
Yeah, I didn't actually write that into my document.
He just ran away.
I gotta go get my notebook.
He just ran.
Oh shit! I didn't actually retype it into my notebook. Or okay.
She's got 1,000 siblings.
Da 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 da.
That was a nice little cute little run you just had.
Okie dokie. Okay.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I should make note. She's not that pretty in anime.
She's more of a disgusting shrimp.
She's more of a shrimp, but a swole little shrimp.
So before you actually begin this, you're gonna have to just
hit my Venmo.
Plunge into the Dagon stream. I lost internet connection here or something.
You're still here for us.
Oh, okay, well then I won't worry about it. Okay, we're gonna need you to roll a I'm just gonna let you guys you guys got the training to use the sea scooter, right?
Yeah.
It's there just mostly so you can safely traverse the Dagon stream. Roll a swim check to enter the stream.
All right. Hang on.
I got a 14 plus what's swim?
Do the mango die?
Yeah.
I need to roll for the deep folk.
It didn't give me a swim skill when you sent me this.
Just roll a d20 and see if you can roll
a 12.
You're successful.
Okay. Woof. I was worried there for a minute.
Okay. Give me the mango. The mango die. This is for Teb. Was that his name? I don't remember.
Tip, trip, flip, bit.
The deep
Nib.
folk. He's
Nib.
successful too.
Yay.
Though each time you do leave and enter the stream, I am going to require you to roll a swim check to safely do so.
Okay.
You successfully enter Dagon stream.
Woo! We so cool.
Unaffected, and you just go. You zoom fast.
Does it make a cute like put 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 sound as it puts out bubbles?
Yeah. You don't really hear it in the stream because it is it's
loud.
really whooshing. You know.
Ooh, whooshing.
From Finding Nemo.
I was inspired by Finding Nemo and the turtles. Before I wrote this, I actually went and was looking up things, and that's what I landed on. I landed on the sea turtles and Finding Nemo. And
Why not?
That's what I'm going to make this quest be around. You're just patrolling an ocean stream.
Okay.
Okay, let me pull up my document. Okay, you've successfully entered the Dagon stream.
Flip flaps. Woohoo!
Okay.
And I've been watching too much Hannibal, and so every time I envision your flip flop, it for some reason melds with that weird demon monster Mads Mikkelsen.
Instead, I want you to picture more of
I think you
my
didn't
Animal
introduce yourself
Crossing
again, Casey.
Chungus, but just like
Yes, Chungus.
I just want a tooth, make it a visible tooth, just like
A little weird. I love it. That's
But
a
like-
lot less
weirdly elegant, but very manly, because it's Man Ray.
That's fantastic.
Or like, you know how like this is not a good visual. Like manta rays, they got those little round mouths, and they talk like this, or they do their little like breathing like that. I just imagine him like that.
This doesn't really work for the audio format.
No, it doesn't. But you know what I'm talking about. The little like.
Because they have that weird beak thing, don't they?
No, they're flat. They
they
got
don't?
the flat
Okay.
belly. It's just like.
Oh, it's the octopus and yeah. What has the beak?
Hold on, wait. Let me put my video back up. I know what you're talking about. I think I can do it. I'm sorry, James.
Oh, you're fine. I expect for this to happen. For you guys listening to this, the players Casey and Sam, they are they're both making faces at you. They're stretching back their faces, making the most ungodly faces I have ever seen.
We're making fish faces. Back up. No, that's a little Innsmouther Cthulhu.
Oh my god, it is.
With the
I'll quit.
hello.
Hello. Alright.
Okay. As you travel along Dagon Stream, locations offshore zoom by you. You pass beings swimming along a well-marked path below on the floor. Rock outcroppings along the path are set with gems of enchanted light that shine at night to provide light for those that travel along the road. Other beings that are too afraid or don't have the equipment to enter Dagon Stream,
Have the jet ski.
yeah, they have the jet stream, or they can follow along a path that runs along Dagon Stream.
Oh.
It's safer and some
Slower.
yeah, and slower. Like the bigger, heavier beings that require to crawl along the ocean floor, or they're
Like shrimps.
Yeah, shrimps or hermit crabs or other.
Hey, worst pet ever.
Yeah. That doesn't mean they can't use Dagon Stream though. Okay. And above you, on a tumbling wave, is a group of sea elves riding the waves
What?
upon surfboards. Off the shore is a small community of sea elves who live upon the beach. This is a location of, I've mentioned before we actually started recording that if you like these characters, that you can go back and do a past quest that we actually haven't played yet, but...
Yeah. We'll go on a previous patrol.
A previous patrol. You guys helped these sea elf community, Surfer Bros, which I was kind of inspired by your
Surfer
bros from...
Radicus and Chaticus.
Yes. So if you guys want to revisit these merfolks, you can do that.
Yes.
You pass the sea elf community.
Yes.
And you pass the Boss End.
Sorry. Go ahead. Say it again.
You pass the Boss End estuary, where the
We've been there.
you have been there in the Heroes of Earthos
Oh,
quest.
hell yeah.
Where the murky, muddy waters of Boss End River spills out into the coast. The pollution from the land-dwelling kingdoms mix into the water.
Rude.
That zooms by you, and this next location I'm about to give to you, it's in a opportunity that you can depart Dagon Stream if you want to. For the briefest of moment, you see a roadside shrine.
You mean Oceanside?
Yeah, Oceanside, but it's roadside if you're considering the path below Dagon Stream.
Oh.
Okay.
And you see some beings before the shrine.
Ocean beings?
Ocean beings. This is a place you could, as I said before, you can enter or depart Dagon Stream and
Check it out.
check it out, see if...
Well, we're doing a patrol. I
Yeah.
feel like we should look at it, right?
Yeah, let's go check it out, right?
Okay,
I don't have a voice yet. It'll come to me.
go for your... Okay. Use...
Shrimp.
Just
Use-
say everything. And I know what you're talking about. It's fine.
What was that? Okay.
Shrimplish.
It's shrimplish.
Oh, shrimpless. Okay, gotcha. Okay, use a swim check to exit the stream.
I got a 9.
A 12.
A 9 and 12. Okay. Ray.
I don't have a swim skill even. Like I don't have it
That's
pulled
fine.
up.
You just beat my
Okay.
D20 since you use a pre-generated character that didn't have a swim check for some reason. You successfully exit the
Woo!
Dagon stream.
Oh my God! Your shirt. She's wearing a lobster shirt.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect.
Love it.
Hell yeah.
Shrimpy, you were not so successful.
I don't think so. Try my best to scuttle all my little feet out of there.
You lose control of your sea scooter,
Oh no.
or what do you call it in Merfolk? The seafarer's friend.
Oh.
You lose control and it shoots you out of the stream
Oh no.
into sharp coral and rocks. You take a.
Does her natural exoskeleton provide protection?
You know what? I'm kind. Do roll a. You are. Do 1d4 of non-lethal damage.
Oh! 1d4. I'm using a app that I forgot how to use. Okay. There it is.
And the deep folk, he hits or he leaves the Dagon stream too cockily, and he hits into the sharp coral reefs too, and takes 1d4 also.
Oh no.
I peel myself, crunched up against the coral, and I look over at
What was it?
Nib.
Neb?
Oh my god. Smooth ride, man.
Smooth ride. Let's go again.
Scrubs.
Let's do it again.
Alright, I scuttle off to the shrine,
All
making
right.
sure right behind me.
Literally scuttle.
Literally. Literally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, scuttle.
Okay, at this point of the day, the sun is at the pinnacle of its height. Rays of sun filter over a shrine. The shrine is a tall, misshapen stone structure that shimmers blue-green.
Mm.
The sunlight at the top of the stone, at the top of the stone, like a face, is a twisted spiral-like design. And swimming around the shrine from above at a lazy pace is a giant eel. A saddle upon its back. Before the shrine is a group of Lokaloths.
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
You guys are just gonna have to Google this creature.
Okay, hold on. I was about to Google it anyway, but I was like...
You're gonna have to spell it.
It is LOC.
Hang on. Okay.
ATH
Uh-huh.
AH. I may be butchering how you pronounce that name.
Lokatha? Lokatha?
Yeah.
Wow.
If you're listening to this, just go Google that race.
Are they the chubby-faced, like, catfish-looking guys?
Aww.
Or are they
I don't think they are specifically. Yeah. Are you looking at the picture with the seal?
The seal puppy, the dog. Yes.
Yeah, that's them.
It's so cute.
Okay, and
How about that? Here, I'll read what it says. Okay, just for this sake, Lokatha. There we go. Are resilient and proud fish folk that have endured war, slavery, and mistreatment at the hands of other aquatic creatures. They dwell in submerged tribal communities along the seacoast and hunt both above and below the water. Sad times.
Right.
Little fishy folk.
I love them so much.
Okay, and here's a little like Irthos spin. I'm kind of adding to them.
Mm-hmm.
From below their hoods, okay, they are not naked, as you see them pictured there. From below their...
Does it matter they're fish?
It does matter, because from below the hoods of their skin-type robes, the robes like a skin-type wetsuit.
Okay.
From below their hoods, their peaks, their fish-like faces, streams of bubbles stream from their mouth, and they chant in common.
What are they chanting?
They see that you have arrived, and
So they're wearing wetsuits?
they are wearing wetsuits,
What?
but it's robe-like also.
Why is a fish wearing a wetsuit?
Because they...
Scuba dive? We'll see
Yeah,
what's
kind of like scuba divers, because
Yeah.
they're religious. You gotta have robes, man.
My bad, yo.
So I was
My
like,
bad.
why not wetsuits?
Religious
Or-
gotta have robes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so- okay. They see you. You mentioned that Ray is male, right? Did you ever?
Yes, he's
okay,
male. It's Man Ray.
Okay.
Wait, are you Loki?
Me? Ooh. Depends. Do I have a cloaca or not?
Fuck, I don't. Do manta rays have cloacas?
I think they do, don't they? I don't know.
They do. They're
Like most aquatic things.
stuff. Yeah, they all have cloacas.
Oh, and before we go any further into this kind of encounter, I've took some more inspiration from you, Sam, in 5th edition. I'm awarding you guys inspiration points that you can use.
Oh, cool.
And this is that sort of situation. Okay, they say, I want to put that down before I continue. My misguided brothers and sisters, come forth. Accept the deliverer. Make up for the sins of your previous life.
I'm definitely
Kneel.
naked. Why? Why not? Why am I wearing clothes? I'm the
You're
picture
underwater,
of
right?
merfolk manliness.
Yeah.
Kneel.
Yeah.
Kneel. Accept him. Worship him. So you may rejoin with him in the spirit streams. Let him bathe your gills in the pure waters of life. Ask for forgiveness. Be recycled into the currents of his light. And he lifts his arms like Sir Loris from Dark Souls, like praise the light.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do a knowledge check. Do I
Okay.
know anything about the religion they're talking about?
Fuck, I don't know if your pre-gen character does, but just go ahead. See if you can...
Roll.
Yeah, just roll.
Let's see. Being a monk, I don't know that I would specifically have too much in religion. Damn! Maybe I need to get another app. Oh, I do have +7. So 7, 8, 9, 11. I had 11.
That is high enough.
Yay.
So what are you actually trying to figure out?
It was a knowledge check.
About the religion or this god they're talking
Okay,
about. What do I know?
you know,
That's what we get for throwing together like a whole other universe.
within Heroes of Irthos?
Yes.
This is really cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what you do know,
Mm-hmm.
you may have to Google this because I didn't finish it. The Deliverer, he is the same god that the merfolk worship, but just a
Okay.
different name, different perspectives.
Okay.
Okay, so that's cool.
I want to look that up right there. Merfolk.
All right.
Deity.
Yeah.
D&D deity.
Let's see.
I have no internet connection. Someone else is going to have to do that.
What's wrong? Why do you have the internet going in and out?
Fuck,
Like, I don't think
I
we're
mean-
having any problems.
Yeah, I don't. It's just in my end. Though, to be fair, like, the internet for me is dipping in and out.
I mean, I've not noticed anything.
It's just me. I don't know why.
Andrew, the Deliverer, Lord of the sunlit shallows, the water of life, the bather of gills.
Oh my.
He's neutral. He's good online.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay.
Same god worshipped by the merfolk.
Like most both gods are like main gods.
Yes.
Interesting.
So, what kind of services you offer at the shrine? What do we have going on here today?
We are trying to bring back lost souls to the Deliverer.
That's a nice face. He's going like,
They're here just worshiping.
okay.
What?
Is there trouble?
No, there is no trouble.
We're on a patrol.
They are
so
on. They are.
They're just fine.
They're fine.
I'm using like fish bone as a toothpick. I'm like, sure you hadn't seen anything weird around here?
Why are you using one of their bones, you sicko?
The Deliverer keeps us safe.
What?
He said the Deliverer keeps us safe.
Okay. Have you heard any rumors about anything strange happening around here?
We have seen increased traffic from the what was the name? Why? Increased traffic from the darkest depths trench.
Yikes. Oh, that's where we're going.
That is correct.
All right, so would it stand to do a gather information check, or just kind of like they're telling us stuff already?
They've told you stuff. They're good. They have nothing to hide.
Oh, we're good. We got nothing to hide.
Yeah, we're good.
It's chill. It's cool, bruh. Sorry, I unplugged the tablet.
Hey, so that eel over here. Is that your eel?
Yeah, what's that about?
Yeah.
Yes, that is how we get back between shrine to shrine and other communities.
Oh.
Oh man, I was gonna ask if I can borrow it just because it's a sweet ride. But now I feel bad and I don't want to do it.
Do it.
Alright, well I guess we make our way to the deepest, darkest trench.
Okay, to do that, you're gonna have to jump back into the stream.
So this
Do
was
it.
just like a distraction.
No, it wasn't a distraction.
It was lore building.
It was lore building, and you could have possibly got an inspiration point. Roll a swim check.
I don't know that Man Ray is religious, so like
Okay.
I don't know that he would be like donating or anything.
It's okay.
I'm really into the eel though.
If you guys want to go ahead
Wait,
and
I'm
jump
supposed to
in,
be a rogue. Should I see if they have treasure?
do a search spot check.
See, like I don't know that I'm actually gonna like
Steal from them now?
steal from them. Like, let me do. You said a search or a spot, or does it matter? Let me do
A search
search.
spot. What-
My search is better. Hang on. 15.
Okay. You see, with your roguish eyes, at the feet of the shrine is a clam that is open, and within it is a hardy pile of gold.
It's just a clam hanging out in our front yard opened with gold in it.
What was that?
It's just there, like right in front of everything.
It isn't a clam.
Is this a living clam?
Yeah, it is.
It's
a
a
mimic.
live
It
clam.
is. You
It's
guys
gonna
like
work
you
like
gotta be alive.
It's gonna work like a mimic. It's gonna snap down on my flip flapper and just like rip it off.
I can punch clams real hard, man. I do it all the time.
Punch it open.
Well, how about I inform you that that clam is definitely alive, but I don't want to lose a flip flapper. You're welcome to shrimp punch it if you want to.
Don't forget also your environment.
What about it?
What's in the environment?
Fish people. And an eel.
A giant eel.
Oh. I mean...
Well, we fight the clam.
We fight the clam.
Then we'd have to fight the eel.
And
all
maybe
the
the
fish
fish people.
Before we go further, I turn to the fish folk and I say, "What's up with that? What's up with that clam over there?"
It is donations for the deliverer.
I mean, I don't know about that.
Travelers have donated them to our cause.
Oh, maybe I don't need to punch the clam. I whisper that to Ray.
Thanks.
Well, one last thing. Do you have any travelers from the deepest, darkest trench here right now?
Nay.
Seahorse!
Seahorse?
You said nay.
Oh, nay.
With that, I roll my eyes and scuttle away from Ray.
Disapproved. He goes on to say that those from the darkest depths trench, they haven't stopped by, that they have been going by fast with purpose.
Okay. Towards the trench or
away?
Away from the trench. Okay. Interesting. I say we keep going. Or steal the eel. But I don't know that we should do that.
Alright, I start to head out and I turn to the fish guy one more time. You sure you don't need me to punch anything or anyone?
The fish guy?
Yeah. Don't need any punching?
You sure you punched?
Nay. But before you go, let me pray for you. And they,
Praise this amazing flip-flap body.
They do. They don't praise necessarily your body, but they come and place multiple of the localiths. I can't.
Whatever they're called.
They come, place their webbed fingers upon your shoulders, and silently starts to pray for your safety. And you hear ever so often. We will weep for thee. May our tears be messengers of the deliverer, so that he will know you are just misguided souls.
What?
And,
Okay.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna need you to praise this body, though.
They do not do that.
Well, then I don't want it.
Okay. Well, they
Man Ray worked hard for this look that he's got going.
Is Neb with us?
Yeah, Neb is with you. He's kind of awkwardly be standing there.
Right.
Yeah. I probably shouldn't have even created Neb, because some of the information I gave you was I was gonna get through him.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, Neb is there.
Right. Okay, well I'm uncomfortable now because you couldn't praise my Man Ray body, so
yeah, they will not praise your man ray body because you're not the Delver.
How do they not know? I could be.
Oh, it's like that story about like you have to be nice to everyone because
I could be.
You don't know. Oh, it's Beauty and the Beast. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
The hag was someone.
Was someone?
Yeah.
It's also a Jesus story.
Yeah, Jesus story too.
Be nice. You never know when it's Jesus.
Yes.
When it's a little aqua Jesus in this case. How do you know I'm not the divine dude?
No, get him out of here.
What I wrote here, I don't know what that means. The Deliverer Shrine. The Deliverer is the dirty worshipped by the Localites.
The dirty?
The dirty
Wait,
worship.
it just says the dirty worship?
That's what I wrote. I think it's supposed to be the deity worshipped.
You wrote the dirty. Oh my god.
For some reason, I thought that was Neb for a second. I was like, whoa, chill out.
Chill out.
Whoa.
You're gonna strike that. That was Neb who said that because
dirty birdie.
Neb he worships what he's calling the actual God. That there is no deliverer that exists. That it's the merfolk's God. He's kind of being brought and kind of mean, staying there in the back of the room.
Interesting. Well, I'm thoroughly confused at this point. I think we should go.
You're just gonna go.
This situation has gotten confusing. Okay, I think we need to leave.
Roll a swim check to get back into that stream. Dagon stream.
11.
You're successful.
I got a 19.
Successful.
Woo!
All right. That whole interaction, depending on how you interacted with them, I was going to give you an inspiration point, but that was kind of rough. That may have been my fault on my end. But
nope.
It felt awkward.
Yeah, it was awkward. Okay.
I don't know what they wanted from me.
Yeah. Maybe.
I feel like they were asking for something I couldn't give them.
Maybe they were asking for gold.
No.
But they couldn't straight out say it.
It's my gold.
Okay. No inspiration point. I'm sorry. That was rough.
No.
Okay, since that's behind us also too. Like, I was gonna make it be where if you're really kind to them, that you befriend the eel, and the eel could like come to your rescue or something. But that didn't happen. That's behind us. Okay, let's continue on Dagon's stream.
I'm not sure what just happened.
So,
why does a fish need a wetsuit?
Because I wanted them to have robes.
Why can't he just like cover himself in kelp?
Fuck, I don't know. I just wanted it to be like a wetsuit. I thought it was cool in my
Well, I just looked at their picture and there's these little fat, chubby little fish boys, and imagining them and their fat little bodies squeezed into a wetsuit just seems weird.
It's funny. Imagine it though.
Yeah,
I don't know that I want to.
It's funny.
If you just say that again but slower, these fat, chubby little fish boys squeezing into a wetsuit.
I think it just defeats the purpose. Like, you're a fucking fish. You're a fucking fish. Just be a fucking
wetsuit?
Fish.
I thought it was funny when I wrote it.
Should it be no? Should it be called a dry suit?
No, it's not. It wasn't that it was funny when I wrote it. It's when I wrote it, I was literally thinking like, oh yeah, that actually I like that. That sounds good. I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna get.
But I'm saying, for us as humanoids, dry land humanoids, it's called a wetsuit. But for fish people, should it be called a dry suit?
That's true.
Huh.
Did I just blow your fucking mind?
Boom! Yeah, you did. It's a dry suit for them.
It's part of their their penance. They go on land, dry off, put on this uncomfortable ass neoprene, then get back in the water in an attempt to stay dry.
But it's a robe, so it doesn't fucking.
I don't like I said, I'm not real sure what's happening, but all right.
If plastic, see, I thought about for a second if plastic existed in Erithos, I was gonna be like a wizard, but I was covered in trash robes made from plastic bags and bottle caps.
Love it, yeah.
But it doesn't work for the aesthetic. Mm-mm.
It was pretty much what it was, aesthetic. When I was writing it, it was like, man, that's adequate. I like that.
That's adequate. I like that. What the shit?
Is that what he says in your marital bad case?
That was adequate.
I like that.
I like that.
Okay.
Are you sure you can't get your camera working over there?
I wish.
Try again.
It's gonna make that weird noise probably.
Use the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna pee myself.
Okay, don't do that. Make sure it's adequate. Back on our skidoo.
Yeah, your sea scooter.
Sea scooter.
Mm-hmm. I think skidoo is above water.
I know.
Okay.
Actually, I think it's a brand of jet ski, if we're getting real specific, Dwight Schrute.
That is true, too. Okay.
With your literal mustard shirt from your hot dog.
Literally. I had to take a hot dog break. As you're zooming around Dagon's stream, you see a ship that has been shattered into two pieces that has crashed into a rocky outcropping.
Ooh.
and the mast and the deck has been snapped in two, and the flag that's tattered and bearing the symbol of an icon of a narwhal reverse mermaid. I was inspired by your narwhal Trudy.
Yay!
And
Sorry, adjusting the volume.
yes, that's what you see as you're zooming by, and if you want to stop and investigate this on your patrol, you're welcome to do so. It's up to you.
Yes.
Is there treasure?
There's possible treasure.
Well, it's a ship with a reverse mermaid for a flag, so...
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
Alright, let's roll that swim check to get all big on stream.
How does this dice keep rolling a 12?
I got a 12.
Hey!
Well,
Yeah.
can I roll that too? See if
So are we all riding the same little scooter?
No, you all have your own
Okay.
little small.
I thought we were all like cramped up on the one. That's why we couldn't get in and out of this jet
I like
stream.
that though, by the way. But no, you
Like
all
a bunch
have
of
your
dingleberries, just like
you all have your own. That's why you're all having to do your separate checks. And if it wasn't for your sea scooter, the swim check to exit and enter the stream would be a lot higher.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
And the deep folk, merfolk, he is successful and exiting
Yay!
the stream. Floating about the shallows and the rocks that jut from the ground is ship remains. It is a recent wreckage. The sailors who had wrecked long gone. An escape boat had been deployed on the side of the ship where the escape boats would be. It is empty. Yes. And yeah, that's what you see.
I want to do
And by the way, the ship is above water, kind of like it's trapped between the jagged rocks above water.
Oh,
you would have to climb aboard to. Yeah.
Gotcha. So this is above.
It's held above water.
Gotcha. So.
Quick rules question. So I don't remember which version of D&D or if it was a homebrew. As merfolk, do we have the ability to, like, transform our, like, legs and walk on land?
Okay, merfolk, they're different from mermaids. They have humanoid features. They don't have fish tails or merfolk.
Merfolk, not mermaids.
Not mermaids. Mermaids have the traditional tails. So merfolk are able to both be on land and water, but they prefer water.
Well, now, okay, so in the stats that you sent...
Oh, the generated characters?
No, not the generated characters, the group ones.
For merfolk?
Yeah, it said that their land speed was only 5 feet.
Oh, really?
So
they're really slow.
That's what I'm saying, but that's to imply that they have a big fish tail and they're just flopping around on the deck of some ship.
They have...
Flap, flap, flap. Like...
My little shrimp legs are ineffectively screaming.
But your two characters kind of like not the traditional merfolk, though.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, their land speed is 5 feet, but their swim speed is 50 feet. They're amphibious but prefer not to spend long periods out of the water.
Considering you are just doing a quick investigation,
okay,
so
we will be.
It's not like a long trek on land.
Gotti.
And you're a shrimp thing. You can like crawl around, right, Shrimpy?
Yes, Shrimpy.
I can crawl around.
Well, I'm man ray, so I have relatively human legs.
Okay. With the 5 feet. But that really won't be a problem here in this scenario.
Okay.
So, okay.
Well, then fine. I want to do a just a spot to start.
Okay.
16.
You hear a Guts playing with that squeaker?
Yes, he's got a squeaky toy.
Okay. So this is before you're climbing aboard, right?
N-
You just want to do like
a general spot.
A general, okay. Okay, I guess you're approaching it before you, I guess, to get a safe, like,
I
see
do
what's in the area.
a visual flip flap of the area
Okay.
to make sure
I
it's
guess-
safe.
Yeah. You spot below the ship, nestled and sunken in muddy sand, is a locked chest. Surrounding it is seaweed. Laying scattered upon the ocean floor, leading up to the chest, is iron limbs. There is a hand sticking up out of the sand also.
Iron limbs?
Iron limbs.
Limbs like body part
Like
limbs
body
or
part limbs, yes.
what?
Is the hand sticking out of the ground iron?
Yes.
I want to stealthily approach it.
Alright.
Can I do a detect magic after that? Or I don't think I have that.
Hey, can we pause again right quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you letting the dogs? Oh, so there's iron limbs.
Wait a minute. Alright, hit record.
Okay. What were you doing with the iron limbs, Sam?
I
Iron
wanted
limbs.
to move stealthily towards the iron limbs,
Okay.
and I was gonna sneak up, and then I'm gonna punch it. I'm
Solid.
gonna punch the man sitting out of the ground.
You're gonna punch
So,
it?
Yes.
yeah,
Alright.
I'm gonna sneak up to it, and then I'm gonna punch it. I got a 7. No bonuses.
To stealth?
Yep.
Perfect. You approach it, unheard, unseen. That's almost like a nat 20.
What? Okay.
That means there's jack shit here. Alright.
So you're gonna punch it?
Punch it.
Yeah. I roll to attack. So 5 plus. Oh man. So I got a 10 to attack.
Oh, you're successful.
There's nothing to
Really?
attack. Oh my god.
You
What have we done?
punch out with your shrimpy claws, and it kind of like gets lodged in the sand there, and it kind of like comes out really fast, and there's like sand particles like
Floating around.
floating around in the water, and you've knocked loose a muscular iron arm into the water, and there's bubbles from where it goes flying, and then instantly it's heavy and it sinks right back into the sand.
It's just an iron limb.
It's just an iron arm.
I turn around to my comrades. It's cool. It's cool.
It's cool.
All right. Well, I would like to do a search check then,
Okay.
because that's weird.
In the
10.
like the area around that.
No, the ship itself.
Oh, the ship. The ship.
I want to go on the ship and do a search check.
Oh, inside the ship.
On it, in it. I don't
Okay. What
about it.
You done here in this area?
I want to punch that chest. See what's inside of it.
Sure.
Okay, you want to do that first?
Yes.
All right. The chest. So you're gonna punch it?
Do it. Punch
You're
it.
gonna try to punch open or break the lock?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I am a rogue. I
Yeah,
could
you
just
are.
open
You
it.
could just do that, but she wants
that's
to.
true. That's true.
So do you want to like instigate like the process of trying to break the lock?
Punch it first. See how it
Give me
goes.
the dice.
You're already there.
And you've already kind of like
You've already
Started.
initiated the lock punching.
I already have. I don't know how much damage my punches do. Hold on. How much damage do my punchy do? Oh. 8.5 punches.
punchies do.
Timeless body. I forgot about how interesting some of these things are. Flammable. Okay, unarmed damage. I'm a small, so I do 1d4. So I'm gonna do 1d4 damage. I'm assuming this chest isn't gonna run away.
Yeah, you're
unless
right.
you want
It
me
won't.
to.
It won't.
I do 2 damage on it. I'm just gonna do 1. I'm not gonna do
Why
a
don't you
flurry.
roll to see if you can actually beat its AC?
Oh, strength check?
Yeah, it has a hardness, you know.
Okay. AC for hardness.
I'm assuming that's 8 AC. No.
Yeah.
Here, let me get this one. 2. So I got a 11.
You're successful in being able to do damage
Man,
to
we're
it.
so good at games.
Oh, yes.
Okay, roll your damage die.
Okay. Damage, I did still just 2 damage.
Just 2 damage, so...
Totally worth all my time.
So
you're
good.
about 2 HP away from it.
Oh,
13
what?
more HP to go.
To just...
Oh, inanimate objects have that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it has
Hold on.
an AC, or in its case, a break DC.
Yes.
I actually have it kind of
So,
backwards.
when I did that, I reeled back and I gave it what looked like all my might, but it just kind of slid off the surface, and now I'm pissed, and I want to use Flurry of Blows.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Let me make sure I can use that.
I actually noticed that it has a break DC of 23. We're just going to go on with with it having 5 AC. We're not going to worry about the 23.
It's fine.
I got it wrong. We just... Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's fine, yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Expensive energy, so 1 extra attack in a round, higher base. Oh, that's just an extra attack in a round, and this isn't a round, so I'm just gonna hit it again.
Do it.
Alright, I rolled... Oh, that's actually not bad. I rolled a 12 to attack.
You're successful.
Damage.
You rolled what?
1 damage.
1 damage?
Oh
Alright.
my god.
12 more HP to go.
That's all that's happening. This little fucking shrimp.
I rolled a 1 and a 1.
This little fucking shrimp. It's just...
I rolled a 1 to attack, and I rolled a 1 damage.
This is the going to step in.
No third attack.
Dee, would you like me to step in?
Yeah, what happens when I roll a 1 to try to hit the chest, though?
Fuck, I don't know.
You punch yourself in the dick.
I don't have it. I don't think I even have a clip.
Your shrimpy equivalent. Like right in your face. Just, and it just goes right back in your own face. Or no, you hit the chest, but it bounces back and then hits your own face.
Why don't you do your open lock check?
Just completely not spin around at all.
There you go.
Alright. I'll actually roll. There we go. 13 to open lock.
That was a failure.
What?
Should have kept that 17.
Again.
What do I need
You
to
punch
get?
again? Okay, punch again.
Yeah, she fails. I pick
It's the
myself
lowest.
up out of the dirt. I
It's the
rolled
lowest
an 8 to
open
attack.
lock check you can do. You did what?
I rolled an 8 to attack.
You're successful.
Oh my
I'll
god.
let you try to open lock again after she punches
Okay. Rage punch it again and then I'll try again.
Oh, I just did. I got 1
You're-
damage.
1
it.
damage.
One time, okay. 11 more HP. Okay,
Alright.
try to open the lock. Okay, punch it again. She rolled a 3.
We're the worst.
I rolled a 4.
I rolled a 3 on my last one.
Okay, roll for open lock
So we're taking turns lock picking and punching.
until one of them works.
What is Ned doing? Just watching us.
Okay, punch it.
No, wait, it doesn't count.
Okay, sorry. I saw 13. You know, it's a
21.
successful.
Ugh.
You successfully open the chest.
What's in it?
Who's getting the... Oh, you may want to, like,
Yeah, well, no, well, what's in
split
it first?
Okay, it has 6,454 copper pieces, 1 arcane scroll of obscuring mist, and an arcane scroll of mirror image.
Are these water treated papyrus or waterproofed?
Sure.
Oh yes, for it's for mole folk to be able to use it. Yes, I'm not going to be like specifically
It's drawn
for
on.
landwalkers.
It's drawn
No,
on sheets of kelp.
Yeah. No, it's actually just regular like scrolls.
They're magic.
Magically magic.
It's magic.
Yeah, that's the contents, and you guys can decide how you want to.
You said copper pieces though.
I did say copper pieces, but you got those 2 arcane scrolls.
I look at one of the arcane scrolls with my claw. I just kind of go, I don't know how to use this.
All right.
And I try to offer it to either Ray or Neb.
I don't know that I can use it as a rogue either.
All
it needs
right.
to go to a magic class.
You don't want to hold on to it and sell it, maybe?
I mean, we can hold on to them as a party.
Yeah.
Sure.
And sell them later.
All right.
I'm down.
I can imagine Neb.
We'll take note of that in the audio recording. Yeah. Okay, that's the contents of the chest and outside the ship.
Okay. I want to go onto the ship.
Okay. So, you guys are just on it, or just skip to there, okay? Okay, above...
Scuttle up.
Yeah, scuttle up it. Above, on the deck of... I'm gonna name the ship the Narwhal.
Oh. No, the Trudy.
The Trudy.
Yay!
I like that. When you climb aboard, crabs skitter off the side of the deck. And, on the deck, you see skeletal remains of, draconic beings, all... scattered and
Smothered and covered.
Yeah, and chunky and smooth.
And capped.
Capped, yeah.
Smooth is not an option
yeah,
for your
I made
hash
that up.
browns.
Smattered, smashed.
Do
Yeah.
a coat of Jiffy on top of it.
Ooh.
They're draconic being skeletons are scattered about on the floor, and there are various weapons that's been discarded and blood stained upon the wooden deck.
Fresh looking blood?
It's kind of older. There's blood stain. You don't see actual pools.
But they're like old crusty skeletons.
Yeah, old crusty skeletons.
Yeah.
Picked apart by seagulls.
I'm glad you said. The captain's cabin's door is ajar, and there's seagulls that swoop along in the wind and airstreams, and they're calling out.
Ah!
Yeah.
Ah!
That's what you see on the deck.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we should investigate the captain's quarters.
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
down. If we're gonna find out why it's here, period, it's gonna be in the captain's quarters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you approach the captain's cabin?
Catfish cabin?
Yeah.
Yeah, catfish cabin. Okay, as you get near to the cabin, you hear a what is that noise? A muted scream from within the captain's cabin.
Okay.
Like a
Yeah, like that.
ruffle
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like muffled
from inside the cabin.
inside the cabin.
I get my dukes up and I crawl
You
inside.
get your dukes.
So full confession or full disclosure, I literally never thought about a weapon.
You never.
It didn't even cross my mind.
You're just this naked stingray with legs.
Manta ray.
Do you have dukes too?
I got flip flappers.
Oh, okay.
I never even thought about combat.
What would Ray use as a weapon? Trident?
His looks.
His. Well, if you think about Ray and SpongeBob, he doesn't have a weapon, does he? It's just his dukes.
He fights.
Yeah, I thought so.
He does. He fights. He uses gadgets.
Yeah, he's
I
got
guess
cool
the
gadgets.
Rolls, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I use a net? Would it be like uncool to like keep a net like tied around
like
me?
well, wouldn't you need like a damaging weapon too, though?
I don't
That's
know.
like subduing a net.
We know there's hook nets.
A net and a spear.
What if I keep it like tied around me all like sexily all the time? Like just tied around me like, hey. It offers no covering. It's just a net tied around like sucks.
As like your like
as my
like
weapons,
outfit,
yeah, my weapon
weapon,
storage. No, to carry it with me.
Okay. How about I meet you in the middle? There is a possible weapon that you could. I don't know if that wants to be. Ray wants to use this weapon, but there's a weapon you could pick up since you haven't.
Okay, well, I'll see what this weapon is, and if not, I'll go to a net and spear because it truly never crossed my mind. I said, "Man, Ray," and that was the extent of my thought process.
You can use the net and spear. You just need to pull up the stats for
it's
a net.
like my brain stopped there when I was like, "Oh, the evil man, Ray," and then no other thought process happened.
Well, just pull up the stats for a net and a spear. I'll allow it.
Okay. Well, let's see what this weapon is.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So how
I'm
do you?
assuming it's on deck and we have to search for it, right?
Well, we gotta find out what this scream was.
Yeah. I will answer that question, Sam. How do you approach the captain's cabin?
Well, I'm gonna try to move silently. I've got my dukes up.
Okay, of course.
I am taking lead. I got 16 on move silently.
The smallest character running through. Pew 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 pew.
She's stealthy. You're successful. Do you cautiously open the door the rest of the way, or
action posing in?
You go
ready to punch anything that comes my way.
So you actually enter the cabin.
Yes.
Okay. The captain's cabin. Inside the cabin, you find a lavish and decorative room. The captain, it appeared, lived a very comfortable life upon the sea. Sitting at a desk, back to the wall, with a crossbow clutched to her swollen hands, is the remains of the captain. Stuck in the walls and doors are bolts. The captain, she went down with her ship. You hear the continued muffled scream coming from somewhere else within the cabin. Oh, and you did enter the room, right?
Yes.
Do a reflex save for me.
Uh-oh.
Woo!
Because you have activated a trap.
Oh, no!
I knew it. You kept asking. 13 plus... Where's my reflexes?
At the top.
Oh, there it is. Nope. Yes. 3 plus 3. I got 16.
You are successful in avoiding partial damage from the trap. You see conduits hidden behind the legs of the chair behind the captain's desk. They flash, and a mechanism sends them into the deck of the floor, and there's water upon the floor that sends a electrical shocking charge towards you. You take
Zappy!
2d6 points of damage.
Oh no!
I do a powerful kung fu leap, but it's 1 second too late.
Yes, I love it. 6 point of damage.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'm fine.
Luckily,
It smells a little bit like shrimp cocktail all of a sudden.
You guys smell horseradish?
Hungry.
Is that Old Bay? Who got lemons? I'm getting a little hungry.
Luckily, this is just a activated trap. It's not sustaining. You don't have to activate. It just ends, just sending that one shock towards you.
Okay, dope.
Okay.
Oh, if my friends are not in here with me, I turn around. Careful! It's
I mean, I was coming in behind. I don't know that was in there yet.
Yeah.
Can I do a search on the captain's body?
Yes.
I need a dice.
Yes, here's the mango-sided die. Or, yeah.
21 to search the captain.
Okay. One of these items, just going to go ahead and give it to you, is the captain's crossbow.
Ooh.
This is in a magic item
Nice.
called the Seeking Crossbow.
Ooh.
When I wrote this part of the quest, I didn't have internet access, or it didn't show up in the Pathfinders, so you'll actually have to Google the stats for the Seeking Crossbow.
Nice.
So, there's that, and you find on the captain, hidden in one of his, hers pockets somewhere,
In her bustier.
yes. You find an empty power source of a Warforged.
Ooh. Now, when you say empty power source, so it's like an empty battery.
Yeah, it's like an empty battery.
Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
I actually don't know how, like...
Is it rechargeable?
I don't know that, and I don't think your characters would know that either.
Oh, okay.
But when I wrote this, I didn't have internet access to, like, fully, like, look up Warforged.
That's fucking dope.
Yes, that's what that is.
That's cool. Well, as cool as the Warforged is, we've got more pressing things. I'm gonna do a list of that to try to find out where that sound, that screaming is coming from.
All right.
I got 18 plus...
Did you say 18?
Yes.
You were successful.
Woohoo!
Where's that sound coming from?
Oh, I was gonna let you do the plus if you wanted to, since I kind of cut you off.
It's overkill. I got a 23.
Okay. You, The source of the muffled scream comes from a section of a wall near the captain.
Oh, snap! It's a prisoner!
Oh, it's a hidden... Is there like a bookcase? Is this like a hidden library door?
A hidden
I guess we have to investigate.
A hidden compartment, maybe?
Oh, snap.
Well, hey, Rogue, look for the door.
Hang on.
Do a search check. Another search check.
While
I was looking for a snack. I was looking for a sneaky snack.
While she's getting ready, I rolled an 8 to attack the wall, and I got 2 damage if that hit.
You hit it. You punch a hole in that wall.
Ooh!
Is someone in it?
That's it. It's...
Okay, well, I'll do a search.
I'm kind of surprised because of how bad I was at punching earlier. I just kind of look around and I look at Nerd and Ray like, oh, shit.
10 to search.
Okay. You find a hidden compartment just below where Shrimpy's
Punch went.
punch went.
Right.
Just right below. If you were just like a foot below, you would have found the secret compartment with a chest within it.
Wait, I thought we were looking for the muffled scream.
Yeah, that's where it's coming from.
That's where it's coming from.
Okay. From the chest.
From the chest.
Is it locked?
It is not locked.
I open it.
Okay. The chest contents include 270 gold and a single bolt that is the source of the scream. As soon as the chest was open, the screaming slowly began to fade.
It's an enchanted crossbow bolt?
What?
It is a magic bolt. It is called the Screaming Bolt.
What does it do?
I kind of took some creative liberty with this because of the continued screaming there.
Love it.
It's kind of this bolt. It has separation anxiety. It wants to be with people, so it's kind of like a magic flaw. It is a +2 bolt of scream when fired, forcing all enemies of the wielder within 20 feet of the path of the bolt to succeed on a DC 17 will save or become shaken. This is a mind-affecting fear effect.
Can I choose what it sounds like?
You sure can.
Hang on. I feel that if it's with a different master, it should sound different.
Oh, the poor baby. I patted a little.
So that was the
Imagine
muffled
that.
scream. you heard.
Imagine that. No, its previous owner maybe it sounded like something else. But now I want it to sound like this.
No, I want you to know. It's one bolt.
Can it only be used once?
We'll get there.
Well, if you can retrieve the bolt.
Yeah, if you can retrieve it.
Yeah. But it would be tracking the bolt.
So I want it to sound like goats screaming.
That is fine.
Imagine,
I'm okay with it.
imagine that shooting through a battlefield, and that's all you hear.
Oh my god. This is some great audio.
That's what you need.
Great.
Last one.
Oh, and also, you found no Minifest. You found no shipping
No.
Minifest or anything of what the Trudy was doing in these waters. What?
Sorry, it's a goat's shout. Okay. So the bolt doesn't always make this sound, does it?
No.
Separation anxiety. So when it's apart from you.
It sounds like a goat wailing.
So I guess it would technically continue to scream though.
Unless I
If it's
take it with
separated
me.
away from you. It's shot.
Aww. Yeah, I'll take it with me.
So I take it
Yeah.
you're taking the seeking crossbow?
Sure, for now. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, also, I think you should wear a net because that would make you like a literal fishnet wearing goth boy. The
The sexy, bangable man ray. Hang on, I got my flip flappers.
Oh,
I'm
there
ready.
you
There we go.
go.
I'm ready. Got my blanket flip flap arms.
But that is what you find in the Trudy.
Oh,
Well,
What
jump
a
back into the
weird thing.
That was fun. I guess let's jump back into the stream though.
Sure.
Roll swim check.
I got 14. It almost landed on 6.
You are successful.
10.
What was the actual?
And like I said, this was without a bonus because this generated one
You
didn't
just
have.
barely made it. You successfully made it into Dagon Stream.
Get the corner. There we go. Yes.
Okay, guys, we are halfway there.
Only halfway.
Halfway there.
I feel like we're doing a lot of faff. Well, it's a patrol.
We're patrolling, just like patrolling as you go.
All right.
Okay. This is another trek you could do. You don't have to do this. It is determined by what you want to do. As you're zooming by, you see some civilians walking across or below you on the trail below.
When you say walking
It
in
is-
civilians, what are we talking here?
Fuck. They're not a part of like military or anything. I guess
Just fish people of varying kinds.
varying kind, but these are kind of strange to these waters. They're not seen very often. They are crab folk nomads.
Ooh.
They have just recently appeared from the darkest depths. The deepest ocean in the overworld. I've mentioned overworld before because we don't know we haven't named the world Earthos from. The crab folk is a family of crab folk, and they the largest is driving a large hermit crab. It is dragging behind it a half clam shell, not the whole clam, and it is filled with their belongings piled high and tied with seaweed to keep it from floating off.
That's so cute.
That is cute.
And the one driving the crab folk is a large crab folk with one arm. And
are they leaving? Are they like headed away from the darkest depths?
Yes, they are leaving from the area you are heading towards.
It's probably worth talking to them.
They are erased from the darkest depths.
It's probably worth talking to them.
Yep, let's go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Roll that swim set check to exit the Dagon stream. I guess you guys can kind of figure out that this is kind of to give you some bruising and cuts if
11.
Yeah, you're successful.
Yay!
I got a lucky 13.
You are successful. We're not even worrying about the deep merfolk at this point. Yeah, you're successful. I guess you guys approach him.
Yeah.
Okay. And, when you get closer, you see that the one-armed crab folk, his natural armored plates are covered in scars and dents, and just below his muscular plate pecs, you can see pink skin peeking from the cracked shells.
Oh no!
How do you approach the crab folk?
Is there any other way in this world other than just swim up to them?
No, not really. But I guess there's your demeanor. Do you do it threateningly?
No, we don't know what they're about. We're not there to threaten.
That's why I asked.
I do it like a cool Japanese thug boy. I have my fishbone toothpick, and I kind of.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Like a Final Fantasy character.
Yeah. I walk up and I'm like.
But in your shrimp claws.
Yeah. I got some swagger.
I flip
Oh
flap.
my god!
And then end with like a pose.
Look at my bod.
Does Neb just walk up like a normal fucking person?
Yeah, he does.
Or swim up.
Just a regular Joe.
When did we form a gang?
Right?
What happened? Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait.
We're one of those after-school anime gangs.
Yes.
You know what I'm called.
Oh boy.
It
comes too easily.
The large
for whatever
crab
reason.
folk, he stops driving the hermit crab in his shell, and he and his family, he stops and considers you merfolk who approached.
And
it's the larger who kind of steps forward and trying.
He goes,
and almost
how's it going, dude?
No, he doesn't do that.
Man.
He steps forward in almost like a protective stance, protecting his wife and
little fam,
little crab folk children.
Oh no, it's fine. No, we're just patrolling. We're about to go to the deepest, darkest depths. I keep adding adjectives to it, but we hear that some bad stuff's been going on around there. Can you tell us about it?
He replies with a click 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 clack 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 click click.
Cool.
Clack clack click 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 smash smash smash. He's like smashing clams together, pointing in the opposite direction.
Do we speak hermit crab?
I turn to Neb. So you're from the deep dark depths. Do you know what he's saying?
Deep dark dank depths.
Okay.
The dankest depths.
You guys heard of aliens before? Not like in the the negative.
Racist.
Like.
Is this what Neb is asking us?
Yeah. Yeah, like aliens, like from different planes,
They're called interplanar beings.
Yeah, interplanar beings.
Excuse
Sorry,
you.
political correctness.
Get politically correct, Neeb.
Crab folks are new to Earthos, man. They're actually still being studied, and they're working with scholars to kind of decipher their language. So to answer your question, I don't know what the fuck he's saying.
Yo, Neb, do you know any
Yo, Neb, do you know anything to be helpful in this moment, dude?
No, man, I wasn't really fully fleshed. I ran out of time. I think the gods really screwed me over, man.
Wow.
But do you know magic right now? Actually, Neb, I feel rude. I'm sorry. Do you know any magic?
Do you know anything?
Nah, man, I'm a fighter. I know how to use my trident.
Shoot. Well, I turn to the crab folk and I speak real slowly. Hi.
Do they know? What are the chances they know Morse code?
I don't.
Oh, you're asking
I'm asking
me?
you.
I'm
What are
sorry.
the chances they know Morse code?
I don't know Morse code. Do you want me to start click-clacking my claws?
Yeah, maybe there's some maybe do you understand it? You're a clickety clacker.
Actually, the lead crab folk, his mannerisms is he's getting kind of flustered that he's not being able to get himself across. He actually starts using his one arm to try to communicate things. He points in the direction of the darkest depths. He brings it up to his throat, his claws, and just goes like scissors throat, and just goes snip, 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 snip.
Oh.
Points in the direction of the darkest depths. Snip, 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 snips, and he points at his family, and he motions for the hermit crab to move forward, and just goes once more, snip, 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 snip at his throat. And his wife and children are clacking and snipping at you. They're in a hurry to be gone.
Well, regardless of what he actually said, I think the message was pretty clear.
Yeah.
What was the message?
Something is trying to pinch their throats. What?
Do they look like they have much in their belongings?
No, they did not bring much at all. It looks like they grabbed what they could and they booked it.
I slip 250 gold in their belongings.
It is noticed by the mother crab folk, and I guess it's like a universal sort of like a look of thanks or appreciation.
Hang on. As someone who...
One thing goes...
I'm sorry, no. As someone who actually owns hermit crabs, they don't possess a look of appreciation.
I don't know, fuck.
They're ungrateful little fucking rocks.
Well, these are intelligent beings. They're
With
humanoid.
her beady fish eyes and...
Fuck, she comes over there and crushes you with a hug.
And then you die.
Affection is universal, okay?
And then you died.
Okay. But she doesn't hurt you. You can give yourself a inspiration point.
Hey. How old do these crab children look?
They're in human. I want to
Would it be inappropriate for me to flex at them?
You could do that. Do it. One of the male children, they giggle and flex back at you.
Hey!
And for a young crab folk, he has some toned
all right.
muscular crab plates over him.
You go, little crab dude.
The little girl crab folk, she giggles in her pincher claws.
Yay!
As she giggles as the hermit crab pulls them further and further away.
Nice. Do you like my flip-flop pose?
I did like it.
Very Toby.
Yeah, very Toby.
Let's go.
Jump in that stream.
Oh my god.
I rolled a 3.
Oof. It shoots you right back out of the Dagon stream. Take,
Well, let's go!
Let's go! Bam! 1 point of non-lethal damage.
Oh, 1 point?
Yeah, which is one. I rolled the die, and it was 1 point.
No.
I got a 12.
You are successful.
The second try, I got 14.
You were successful that time.
Like it's enough to knock the wind out of your gills and make you pee just a little bit and scare the shit out of you, but you're okay.
Okay, guys, you're successful getting back into the Dagon stream. You're on the last leg.
We're almost in the trench.
There should be no the last landmark, behind, or natural, or not even a landmark was there shouldn't be no landmarks between you.
There shouldn't be no landmarks.
Yes, and your last destination, or last settlement, between the shallows of Irthos, or the coast of Irthos, is the darkest depth trench. The community you're going to is the last place of civilization between you and
the depths.
The depths.
The dankest depths.
Yeah, the dankest depths.
We're going to the deep, dark depths, and then it's the dank depths.
Or you're not supposed to go to the deepest depths, but this is the last place of civilization before
them wild bitches.
Yes, before the wild bitches and the unknown of the darkest depths.
Gotcha.
Okay, and as you're zooming to that last destination, roll a both of you roll a spot check.
Where is my spot? Oh. 19.
19?
Mm-hmm.
Sam?
15.
Okay, you are, you both see from outside the Dagon stream, barreling towards you is a large shark.
Oh no!
Mouth open wide, about to chomp down upon you. Roll reflex save to see if you can avoid the incoming attack.
Ooh. Yes, I got a 22.
Oh, you get out of the way. How do you do it? Is he like?
Ooh, I only rolled a 9.
Shark.
Yeah.
And I quickly do like a cool sideways barrel roll, and I stop the pose.
All right. Okay. You barrel out of the way, but Ray was not fast enough to get out of the way of the sharp teeth of the large shark. What is it? I'm just gonna get a different d20 so we don't have to keep sharing the same one.
We can't offer much during this time of life.
Sorry, there's an ad. I was looking up creepy underwater sounds. I figured we got to the dank, dark depth dudes, and it could use some creepy ocean sounds. This is deeply relaxing. That's not what I asked for. No, I won't subscribe. I asked for creepy.
Oh, you're looking for music?
This is just that ambient, like, muffled water sound.
Where's the D8? There it is. Okay. I'll let you.
No. Sorry. What?
You failed that reflex save, didn't you?
I sure did.
Okay. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let you do half that damage.
Oh, it's because I'm so manly, isn't it?
No, it's because you actually saw it coming, but weren't able to actually get.
My poor majestic flip-flap arms.
And with your stealth technologies. Okay. You take 4 points of damage.
Yikes.
Are you keeping track of your damage? Okay.
Can you hear the creepy sounds?
It sounds like whales.
Shut up. It is whales. That was all I could find.
It works.
Roll initiative.